Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey guys, we at the park. Woo-hoo! Just completed our Saturday. Instead of having boot camp, Stacy initiated a run at Oyster Creek. So we had a good time. So where are we at, Stacy? Oyster Creek Park in Sugarland. So we were walking and just talking, and now it's so amazing because they ran, I walked out. Me and Belinda walked. But my walking partner, we found out how much we had in common. She had cancer last year, breast cancer. Benita had cancer last year, and everybody knows I had cancer in 2006. And I was telling Benita about my doctor visit this week, and my doctor was telling me how much stress I was under. And I said, I gotta get a handle on it because the type of cancer I had was stress related. And she said, oh my God, I had breast cancer, and the only thing we could contribute it to was how stressed I was. So I wanted Benita to kind of start out and share her story. Of just like a little bit of what you said, what you told me about nobody in your family has ever had cancer, not the women, and how yours was.
My family is a family of women. My mother had 7 sisters. My father had 4 sisters, and I have tons of cousins. Everybody are very female, pretty much in our family. A lot of females, and so I have cousins that are older than me, some that are younger than me. No one has ever had anything like this. And so it was very surprising to everyone that I, of all people, would have it. And it was something, I didn't feel anything, I didn't know anything. And my story is really unusual because what happened was I was sleeping one night and I woke up, and I never wake up from my sleep. I woke up about 3 something, and it was like 3:21, I remember. I looked at the clock in the morning, and a voice said to me, you need to go get your mammogram. I was like, what? It wasn't time for my mammogram yet. My mammograms, I always do them in April, and this was the 2nd day of March. So I called to make an appointment because I used to see a breast specialist only because I was part of a study for years, and I knew her. And she usually takes you, like 4 to 6 weeks, almost 2 months to get an appointment with her. And I called to make the appointment. She said she has an appointment tomorrow. And I said, well, that's very unusual. And I've known this woman for years. And I said, okay, I'll take the appointment. Went to the appointment, and she said everything was good. She couldn't feel anything. She said, no, don't worry about it. Everything was good. And she still, everything was fine, like it always is with you. And blah, blah, blah. We just started talking about other things, about her kids and everything else. 2 days later, I get a phone call that says, your mammogram is abnormal. You need to come in for an ultrasound and a biopsy. And I was like, what? I don't feel anything. I didn't feel anything. And lo and behold, it was positive. I was devastated because I don't know where this stuff from. And so they have an integrated medicine group there at MD Anderson.
Can you speak a little louder?
Yeah, they have an integrated medicine group at MD Anderson, and so I saw that integrated medicine. They're more holistic doctors, and they look at your risk factors and things like that. My only risk factor was stress, and they had the integrated doctor, which they had, and the massage therapist, and this other physical therapist kind of like try to work with my body. I was so tight. I was so stressed. Everything was out of alignment. Everything was wrong. And so it was stress. That's the only thing that they could find. I had all the genetic testing. I had everything you could possibly do. They couldn't find anything but stress. It had caused me to have this.
Yep, and I was telling her how I went and got a massage last Saturday, and Tracy was saying, God, Kay, just relax. And I said, I don't know how. I'm relaxed. Yeah, I am relaxed.
I don't know.
Yeah, and we were just seeing how tense and walking. You said that when you went and did yoga or something, what did you do?
And I couldn't do it. And then now I'm taking swimming lessons. And my problem with swimming is that I cannot let go.
Yeah.
I am mother. Yeah, I can do it, but I just can't relax. And so I've had two swimming instructors this summer, and they both told me the same thing. You're so tight. You need to learn how to relax.
Yeah, it is. It's for me too. And I don't know, just for a lot of other women, it may be the same thing. It's so funny because God is really kind of using me as a little test dummy. Because remember, in May, we talked about God's purpose and plan for our lives. And then in June, I talked about prayer and how we have to stay connected to God in order to get everything that He wants for us. And then in July, last month, we talked about losing control. And we were talking about how as women, it's just our design that we control. Yeah. And we talked about it even from all the way back to Adam and Eve, how Eve went and got the fruit and gave it to Adam, which she wasn't supposed to do. That was a form of control. So we as women have to understand how God made our bodies and how we're designed, but we have to submit that under God so He can show us how to use it, because our bodies are not built or designed to have so much stress. And so that stress comes from trying to control everything. And a lot of women have mastered it, because I know some women are like, okay, girl, I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah,
he gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna stay back, and he gonna do this, he gonna do that. The kids, I don't care what they do, and you master it. But for some of us who don't, who are still struggling in the middle of it. And then for some of us who go through tragedies, like I've gone through some tragedies, how do you manage the stress? What do you do? How do you handle it? Divorce, death, loss of job, financial situations. What do you do? So, we talked about losing control. And so this week, Ronki and I were in the gym this week, and I was just kind of telling her what was going on. And she said something so profound. I said, oh my God, that's it. She said, we just need to simply live. Simply living. So what did you mean by that, Ronki?
Well, credit to you for having overcome that, and Kay as well for having overcome, the same torments. We tend to pull so much in, from the environment, from what's going on around us, and then we tend to forget that all we're here to do is really exist, and just find simple ways to survive. Society makes us, kind of pulls us in all these directions, and of course you've got the media and everything, and people's opinions, and I mean even religious opinions affect us, because people point fingers, and they say, well, you shouldn't be doing this, you should be doing that,
right.
And it kind of like characterizes the way we live our everyday lives, and it tends to be, for everyone else and not for ourselves. So when you now have to simply live, you very simply kind of like, you take some moments, you sit down and you relax, you breathe, you meditate, and you just let everything be, and another way that I tend to do is I go, okay, so what will be the worst thing that will happen if this should happen? What happens next? And sometimes you just have to let it be, maybe like you're trying to pay some bills or something, and you're struggling, you're running around, well, I don't want this to happen, well, I don't want, like my credit's going to crash. Just let it be. If it's going to happen that way, let it happen that way. Because putting all of that stress on your body, is actually more fatal and more drastic than just letting these funny little things be. It's all materialistic.
And then I know for me, it's a silent stress. And I was so thankful. I kind of shared my story when I went to the doctor this week, how my doctor measured my hormones in my body, and they're just way off. And my non-adrenaline, I think it is just way off the charts. My cerebral dopamine is weak, which means that's your happy place. My doctor said, okay, She said, are you depressed? I said, I don't think so. Let me see. I don't think so. But that taught me something. It taught me how I was just maneuvering through life and really just going and not paying attention to how I felt. and addressing issues. And I was talking to Benita, and I said, I'm so thankful to God, because that's exactly what happened in 2006 when I was diagnosed with cancer. I did not know how much stress my body was under. I just didn't. And by the time I found out, of course, I had already had stage 4 cancer. Mm-hmm. And so looking back, that let me know one thing, that I caught this just in time before, thank God forbid, before some other disease sets in my body. And it would have had every right to, because one thing I am doing good on the exercising fee is working us to death. We are exercising. Yeah. So that's the one thing I am doing very well is exercising. But the stress is still there. Yeah. So that's an issue. That's an issue. So I said, God, I've got to get this under control. And God let me know. He took me back to the lesson that we talked about last month, which was losing control. What am I still trying to control? I said, God, well, I know you gave me some things to do, like the vision I have and I want to do, and I'm trying to control that. And he said, no, you're not even supposed to control that. So if I gave you the vision to do something, then I'm supposed to control it. We're supposed to work on it together. And I had just packed it up too and said, okay, God, you gave me this to do. I'm going to do it. That's not how he wants us to do it. He said, I'm supposed to, everything, just like if Stacey and I went into business together. I gave 50%, she gave 50%. Is it fair for me to go and just make a decision without Stacey? No. So if God possible like that, y'all?
So it's simply like you have to let go and let go.
You have to let go, not just to let God, but really commune. And that it goes back to the lesson back in June. Prayer. God, what do I do today? Or how do I handle this situation? Should I use this, this source over here? Should I do this over here? And I wasn't doing that. So I got to step back. So I spent a day or two just really kind of, first of all, saying sorry. God, I repent, I'm sorry. Let me try this thing again. And then just getting back into the plan that he has for me. So I thought that's kind of what we talk about. And I don't know anybody's situation of what area that you think that you're controlling, or how to control it, or if it even needs to be controlled, or is it just me? I know Benita and I have already connected, so anybody else?
But I'm a controlling person.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
and I think as women, especially, and I'm just going to say women of color. Women of color.
We always have to step up to the plate.
Yes.
Because we don't have that person at our side.
Yeah. We are just, you are designed, you got to do this, and this. Mm-hmm. That's just how it goes. And so, what else do you do? What else do you do?
And that's the reason why you have more women of color have high blood pressure, why they have more strokes, or you have diabetes, or you have obesity, or you have all of these other medical issues, and mental health issues. Because
that's a big one right now.
Have to have this control.
Yeah.
And we think that we have to do things a certain way, or we can't do things a certain way, and that also causes stress.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned the mind, because that's the main thing for me. The mind. How my mind functions. And I think, because I don't know about y'all, but when I lay down, my mind is still it's rehearsing what
racing
went on.
100 miles an hour.
It's rehearsing what went on that day, rehearsing what's going to go on tomorrow, what my kids did today, what they did last year. So
my mind pokes under every hole and under every little stone. And, analyzes everything. It's overanalyzes.
And you said to keep overanalyzing everything. And that is just not, it's not healthy. It's not healthy, and we're not designed to do it that way. So that's when so I'm just going to share with you guys the scriptures that God gave me. This is how God told me to do. Just share with y'all what he gave me. And we implement that, and then we go from there. And I had to go back, and I said, oh my God. God shows us in his word the end result every time I'm just using women, because men do the same thing, but I'm going to use women. With women in the Bible, when they tried to control situations, what happened? So what happened when Eve gave the fruit? And my friend says, this world would have been perfect as long as Adam was feeding Eve, but when Eve tried to go feed Adam, he said SHIT got out of order, which is true. Sarah, what happened with Sarah? How she was going to go and give Abraham a woman to sleep with? Who does that? I'm going to get a baby one way or another. Okay, you go sleep with this woman. Then what happened afterwards? When the woman got pregnant, she got mad at the woman. So her control. Then I looked at Rebecca. Rebecca was Isaac's wife, and she had the twin boys. And she favored the younger one, which was Jacob, and the daddy favored the older one, which is Esau. So Esau was supposed to get the blessing, but Rebecca wanted the baby boy to get the blessing. So she tricked them. She put the baby boy in the, when Isaac was old, he couldn't see, and so he gave the blessing to the wrong child. And so that caused hate between the two brothers for years. And we're probably still struggling. If you really go back and look at the nations now, you can still see the tension in those two nations from one woman's decision to control a situation. And so I was just looking at my life and how whatever I'm controlling, and I'm writing those things down, and I'm stepping back from that. So having control or controlling things can cause you to be tricked. It causes sorrow. It causes you to be self-dependent. Now you're dependent on what you do, and not what God is going to do. You're self-reliant. Okay, you made that mess. God might say, he might say, he said, well, you fix it. He might help us, but he just might not. And then you're out of the presence of God because you're not communing with him. You're not communing with him. You're not in the presence of God. So this is my scriptures that I'm going for this week. Matthew 6, if anybody has their Bibles, so y'all can just write. I'll text them to you guys. Okay, so Matthew 6 and 25, 31 and 34. God says, take no thought. I've read that scripture 100 times, and I never really looked at it like I do now. Because that take no thought means don't worry. How do you not worry?
Clear your mind.
How?
Your word holds wrong.
Yeah. How? Worry is the exact opposite of faith. So give me some clues, because I'm gonna need some help this week. How do you take no thought?
What they say is that if you trust blindly in God, then you shouldn't worry, because you should trust that you can
Trust in blindly.
Meditation is always true. That gives you that connection, that time with God, and you're just allowing Him to do, and you're just freeing up everything.
Meditation. Yeah, I did say I was gonna take these scriptures, and I was in the morning. I'm starting my prayer time in the morning again at 6. And so I get up and I'm gonna take these scriptures. I'm gonna read them, and I'm gonna just pray and say, God, reveal to me how I can implement this into my life today. That's where I'm gonna start. And that's gonna be my meditation. And then just really getting quiet. And really, I tried the meditation tapes and the music and stuff, but my mind, I'm still not able to control my thoughts yet. So I still need to practice that. I know a lot of people are successful. It does take practice.
You have to turn your focus on your breathing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though it seems so elemental, that's what you kind of like, how am I breathing? And you can start counting with it, like,
I did do that.
And just counting. And then you see when you take your mind off onto the breathing and counting, like, how long can I hold this breath for? In, out, like that. Now you stop thinking about everything else.
Yeah.
And sometimes what I do as well to shut out the thoughts is I just put a block. You can actually start blocking thoughts by just stopping altogether, like you stop breathing. And it's like a mind thing, but you can actually shut down those thoughts. Like, I'm not letting anything through anymore, and to develop that, where you were asking, like, how do you not worry? Well, one of the things you have to do is you have to develop a feeling of acceptance. And basically what you're accepting is not what's right in front of you right now, but that where you're going, what you want the answer to be. So this is what the situation is, but that is what you want, what you want the answer to be. So you just, you kind of like, it's like tunnel vision. Forget about what's going on right here.
Yeah.
That, that I desire, that's what I'm, what I'm taking. You feel it by just saying, well, whatever comes, I know this is, how it's going to be later.
Yeah.
And that way you kind of like
focusing
stop
on
worrying.
the end result.
Yeah.
Like even with the show, taking a picture of what I want to look like at the show, on the show day, and that is my end result. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm not focusing on, I didn't lose a pound today. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on, I'm working the process. I'm walking by faith. I have a vision. I have a plan. I'm eating right. I'm exercising. This is my picture that I'm looking at. The vision that I have with my organization, Original You, is not where it is right now, but where it's what I envision it to be. If you want I did this with a car, y'all. Whatever. But my first car that I really, really wanted, I got a picture of it, the color, the seats, how much I wanted to pay, everything. And I had that car on my desktop screensaver. And so I just say, God, thank you for my car. Every once in a while, I just say that. And I got my car Christmas Eve 2006. That car looked exactly like, and I paid maybe almost half of what I would have went to certain dealerships to pay for it. I paid almost half of that. I think because it had some extra miles on it, they could sell it as new. But that was my faith project. What we're saying, meditating on. And so I'm going to do that. And taking no thought, didn't worry about it. So Matthew 6 and 25, 31 and 34, laughter. That is so. And you know what Bronchi said to me in the gym? She's like, "You're stressed. You're always smiling. You're always laughing." And I am. That's just part of my personality. But that just goes to show you how, as women, we can multitask. We can laugh and be crying at the same, on the inside at the same time. We are good at putting on masks. We're good at putting on shows. But that's gotta go. For me, that's gotta go. I've decided that no matter what it is, I'm gonna laugh about it. No matter what I'm gonna take some breaks. And we was talking about that too. How many of y'all, when your kids were younger, you still have young kids, actually take me time? Yeah, I never took a vacation from my kids ever until 2 years ago. And my youngest was 16, and the oldest was 20. That's crazy. That is crazy. The younger generation, they don't do that. They take weeks. I saw on the news. It's called a mommy vacation. It's a mom and a group of moms. They get together and they go for a week vacation. We're like, if I would have did that with my kids, first of all, we're gonna keep
right.
That's first. For that long, exactly. But that's something that if that's in your area, or if that's what you need, that's what's got to be done. So Proverbs 17 and 22 talks about it. I just wanted to read that scripture because have y'all heard that scripture in the Bible? Because a lot of people have not heard that. But if we read the Bible, it will give us a complete roadmap for living. A roadmap for simply living. So Proverbs 17 and 22, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. It's medicine.
Yeah.
But a broken spirit dries the bones.
Yep.
So when you're walking around angry, tense, dries the bones. What is that? Bone cancer.
Yeah.
That's deep. That is deep. So
very deep.
Yeah, you don't have to get in a car crash or plane crash or whatever. All you got to do is keep living a sour lifestyle, and you're gonna die unexpectedly anyway.
That probably
That's
explains
crazy.
why a lot of women have osteoporosis,
Yes.
especially when they're older,
Mm-hmm.
because it might not necessarily be, because they stop the cycle and so things are disintegrating. It's more about, how much stress they've already accumulated in themselves,
Right.
up to that point in time. And so generally, by the time a lady has reached, like mid 50s, 60s, they've probably already accumulated so much stress that it turns out into osteoporosis, especially for women of color and Asian.
Yeah. And then Proverbs 14 and 12 says, there is a way which seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. So we were just talking about, even though sometimes as women were laughing,
Yeah.
but what is your heart saying? So that lets me know I got to get my heart right. So I shared the story with her about when I had cancer. God revealed to me that I had heart issues because I had unforgiveness. You can't walk around with unforgiveness in your heart and expect to be healthy. Period. I've read so many case studies of women that have heart disease, cancer, and the number one thing when they talk about, when the doctor talks to them about their lifestyle, unforgiveness. And some of them have it from childhood. Can you imagine how the inside of their bodies look? I said, okay, yeah, that's good enough for me. And then Proverbs 3 and 7 through 8. And I'll send y'all these scriptures. Proverbs 3 says, be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. So we just have to, and all of this is going to require what? A decision. So at this point, we're just going to have to decide that we're going to forgive. We have to decide that we're going to, I have to decide to see how, like right now, my shoulders are like tense. And I have to decide when we're posing, he is telling us, just relax and do that. So I have to, all during the day, for the last couple of days, I've just been just making sure that my shoulders are relaxed, even when I'm walking. And that one thing, just, I don't know, for me, God told me when I'm walking, when I see people smile, hey, look, this is so funny. I started it Thursday. I went to Smoothie King. I said, I'm going to treat myself today. I'm going to do a protein shake. So I had been in there a couple of times before, and I went in this time. And I walked in and I smiled. And then the guy was, the server that was making the shake, he just like lit up. And he said, you're so beautiful. I said, oh, thank you. He said, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And God said, see how it is when you just smile? Yes. It makes other people's day. Yeah, it makes your whole day. And I had been in there several times before. I said, you said I was beautiful.
You probably walked in there with a mean look.
I
don't have time for this.
I didn't walk in with a mean look, but I walked in determined. I was going in there to get what I was going to get. I didn't want nobody to interrupt me. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm going to get this. But that's how I was inviting. I smiled. I was relaxed. And he was open enough, and it made him feel good enough to share that. So that's one thing God told me to smile, be friendly, be thankful every morning. And my little calendar has a little space on the right of gratitude. What am I thankful for today? So this week, what I was thankful for was that I was actually able to find out that I was still holding stress, because that's key to my health. So I don't know if you got, so those are, I'm only giving myself two things because I don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want too much to do, but I'm giving myself, and I hope you guys do too. So I don't know if this was helpful to y'all. I know God just told me to share for this month's Bible study. That's what we did share. So lose control. Stop trying to control everything. Now there's some things we do need a plan. We do need to make a plan, but don't get so out of sorts if the plan doesn't go according to your plan. That might be God's plan. Go back to him and see if that's his plan. And then just simply live. Like today we're out at the park. This is different. We had not done this before. So next week, what do you think? Fee gave us the whole month off of boot camp. So we got to do something next Saturday. I don't know if you guys have ideas. Boxing. So we might do boxing next week. That's fun. Because I'm going to be laughing. Because y'all ain't going to get me. That's going to be fun. So we might do boxing. I suggested skating. So we got to find a skating ring. miniature golf. I could do miniature golf. Something, whatever we do, you guys get suggestions. Whatever we do, we have to be moving, and we have to get a heart rate up, and we have to burn some calories. So y'all in the contest. Yeah, it's a 10-week. The 10 week, who's all in it? Okay, so tell everybody about the 10-week contest. Stacey, you want to?
Whichever couple.
It's 2 people. It's a couple. For 10 weeks. Is it the most weight you can lose?
As a couple.
As a couple. So if Stacey loses 10 and Elise loses 10, y'all are 20 together. And then whoever the highest number of weight loss wins the pot of money. And guys, I think that pot is up to like $300.
Right, that should be that way. That should be proportional though, because somebody who has a lot of weight to lose,
that's
is going to lose much.
Oh yeah. That's how it goes.
But then you should pick your part.
You have to pick. That's why I didn't get in it, because I'm not trying. I'm trying to lose 10. So if my partner wants to win, they would have to probably lose the most in order to win. So it wouldn't have been fair.
I just should be proportional, percentage wise.
Yeah, it should be percent. That's the way those challenges are done, about percentage, not by numbers, not by raw numbers. It has to be percentage.
Well, she probably look into that on next time. But I know the number one thing I know for me, what these kind of challenges do, it gets you moving. It gives you a goal, and it makes you disciplined. Oh, I'm going to win. It makes you competitive. Accountability part.
And so that's basically what she wanted to do.
That's basically what she
wanted. Right. Biggest loser, she does it like that. But this time she didn't want it. So you have to pick your partner who needs to lose the most weight.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing this for the challenge.
The challenge, and that's one of the reasons I go to the stage is for the challenge. You know, I mentioned that I'm not a real competitive person, but I do like to win. But I know for me, going to the stage was a way to get me disciplined and look a certain way. And then also, unbeknownst to me, it helped me last time with my self-esteem, because I found it so hard to walk in a dress. That was my stage mom. Tell them how it was.
I can't believe that she's so pretty. It's like, who don't know how to walk in heels and be ladylike?
I couldn't. So I practiced a little bit of Elise.
Oh, wow.
Elise was like,
you think it would come so natural.
Elise was like, walk like this and walk like, I'm like, I can't do that. But baby, if you want to be prissy, that's your coach right there. That's the person.
I think all women should.
Yeah, and you're right. You're right. Exactly. Yeah, because I was a tomboy for a long time.
You was too pretty to be a tomboy.
My granddaughter's a tomboy too. They'll fight
well, that's it. It's, everyone's, got to practice their own individualism.
Yeah.
So even though you look a certain way, however you want to be or compose yourself is really how it should be, how it feels natural to you. And that's not true.
I want to be able to jump a fence and go put on a dress and some high heel shoes in the next hour.
Yeah.
So that's me. I want to be completely balanced. I remember one time I was at my mom's house and the back gate wouldn't open, and my son who was trying to put the homework up. So I'm like, okay, I jumped the fence and like, I done jumped this fence like 30 years now. What kind of mom is this? But guys, thank you guys. Y'all come over here so they can see our feline shirts. Hey Thing, are you watching? I have to go back over there and see. We got our feline shirts on at Oyster Creek Park, y'all. So the Women's Health and Fitness Center, we have boot camp every Saturday, starting back in September. Women's Health and Fitness Center is at 13645 Murphy Road, Stafford, Texas. We also, our trainer, Felicia Sexton, hey Fee, she's playing hooky today. Love you. But she would love to be your trainer. Give us a call. What's her number? 832-453-8600. I'll post it in the post. If you guys want to come and share it with us in these outings that we do, we always have a lot of fun. We party too, y'all. We go on trips. We went to New Orleans. We went to Arkansas. We're going to Memphis. Dominican. We're going to Memphis in February. So we do lots of things. So guys, come out and see us sometime. But most of all, guys, be healthy. Remember just to simply live your life out of control. Yeah, out of control. Live your life out of control. We love you guys. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Bye. Bye.